Welcome to the Woodshed with Cody Wood on the Equus Radio Network, where some amazing guests stop in, share their stories, and have a few laughs along the way. From the rodeo road to everyday life, it's all part of the ride. Here's your host, Cody Wood.
Live from the Virgin Hotel here in Las Vegas, here with another great group, another great opportunity, not only to learn what's going on here from Western sports and in the bull riding world specifically, and what people are doing to press the envelope to continue to grow this great demographic of ours and this great Western lifestyle. So right now our next episode brought to you, speaking of Western lifestyle, Wyloh Ranch, one of the great people, one of the great businesses in all of Western sports, and great merchandise and a lot of different opportunities and some great looks as well. But please check out Wyloh Ranch, one of the great merchandise. It's just like I got my hat on here today, ready to go. Thank you to Wyloh Ranch, Chad Johnson and the group for all that they do here for Western sports and bull riding in particular. And speaking of bull riding and exactly what they're doing, we have got a great group in store for you right now as we look to dive into one of the fastest growing organizations with inside all the Western sports here at the Bull Teams Only. The BTO over the last couple of years has taken the bull riding world by storm, and not in ways that you might think. When you're talking about contractors and the opportunity for them to not just win a few thousand here or there, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is big time impactful and making a huge wave with inside the bull riding world and what these contractors are able to accomplish with their animal athletes. So without further ado, here is your BTO team. Brent, Gina, Keith, thank you all so much for being here with us today. It is absolutely a pleasure to have you here, and looking forward to getting into it.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to be here this morning.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to, be at a lot of different bull riding events. Gina being a secretary and myself being an announcer, you and I have worked hand in hand at a lot, and so I'm looking forward to, really getting to share with the world on, one, not only what you guys are doing with the BTO, but then each individual aspect of how you guys are working together to create one of the new great opportunities inside bull riding and Western sports as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah. So when you look at the BTO, so we're about 3 seasons now?
3. Yep. We had 3 years in so far. So this will be starting this season now in January. On January 10th in Houma, Louisiana will be our first kickoff for the 2026 season.
Very good.
So that'll be the 4th season.
Yeah. And so here in 2025, just grew every event, every aspect of any sort of business metric you could look at had grown substantially.
Yes.
When you look at money won, not just for the bull riders, which is obviously fantastic and a great thing, but from a contractor's perspective. Mm-hmm. Trey Kimsey being your guys' 2025 champion. Closing in on what, $300,000?
Close to $300,000, yeah.
He's won a ton. That's
Trey did.
sure.
He came in and cleaned house. He did really good.
Yeah, and then so obviously Trey had a lot of success, a lot of the different events, but then all the way down too. All the contractors had opportunities to win, $50,000 per event essentially.
Correct. We have 2 separate pay scales. So if we're on the high entry fee, then we're on the high payout of $50,000 to first. If we're on the lower entry fee, then we're on $25,000 to first payout. So yeah. And the thing about it is the winners usually rotate because of the 8-point bonus that we add. That's the thing that makes us unique from all the other bull team competitions. Is this was Chad's baby, Chad Johnson's idea, was to make this even more of a rider-friendly show so it pleases the fans and it helps grow our riders. They're bringing bulls that you want both of the bulls on your team to get ridden, and then you get an 8-point bonus, which that fluctuates every time depending on if your bulls get rode or not.
Yeah. So
anybody can win this thing. It's an open competition.
Absolutely. And before we get into the competition aspect, here we are, live on Equus television, and a lot of these folks, are with inside, equestrian sports, polo, hunter jumper, dressage, a lot of those different things. But maybe they love rodeo and they're interested in rodeo. The Bull Teams Only provides just a phenomenal opportunity to get involved and essentially own a team, win some money, be a part of the competition.
Not so much own a team. What we want to strive for is, somebody that's a bull riding fan, somebody that is a bucking bull fan, and that doesn't have a place to keep them, that doesn't have facilities, that doesn't have a way to haul them, doesn't have access to riders, they can actually lease a team from us. So let's just say you, for instance, say you wanted to get involved in it. You don't have the facilities and everything you need to be in the bucking bull business. You call me up and say, hey, Brent, I want to play this game a little bit, $50,000. That's a lot of money.
To pay out.
So maybe, what can you do to help me out? Well, I'll put you a team together. Wyloh Ranch will bring the bulls. We'll supply the riders. You pay the entry fee. We'll put your name on that team. Say it's your company name, or maybe you just want Cody Wood on there, and it'll say Cody Wood Bucking Bulls, and you get to pay the $5,000 entry fee if it's one of the high, entry fee events, and you could have a chance at winning half the money. The owner of the bulls, of course, would get half the money, and you would get half the money. So it's a way for people that aren't in our industry that want to be involved in our industry. They can come in and play the game.
Yeah,
they can get their foot in the door, and with that, all of us on our team will take these guys and show them what the back pens look like. They can go meet their bulls. They can go meet everybody in the back. They can meet the riders. They can actually get their foot in the door and get involved with the bull rider from behind the scenes, which they don't have that opportunity very often. So the first chance that we have is January 10th in Homa. We do have some team spots available. So if somebody wants to lease a team, they just need to reach out to us on bullteamsonly.com or Facebook or Instagram, Bull Teams Only. Send us a message and say, hey, I'm interested in leasing a team. Entry fees there are $3,500. So they'll be responsible to pay that $3,500. We bring the teams and riders. We give them a VIP experience to get the back end knowledge of what it takes from the contracting side. And then they split their winnings. Let's say they win first. It's $25,000 payout there. They win first. That $25,000, you have to pull out what we owe the riders, what the team owes the riders. So usually it's anywhere from 5% to 10%, all the way up to 20%, just depending on who your rider is, what's negotiated. So after the riders are paid, whatever's left is split equally between the person that leases and the stock contractor.
Gotcha.
It's being in the business without being in the business,
Exactly.
if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to do all the manual labor, getting up at the 6 a.m. and feeding or doing the doctor.
Driving 18 hours.
Yeah.
But you get the great results at the end of the evening, if your team wins first or second, even that.
Yeah.
It's just it's playing the game.
It really is, and you're getting that excitement too. A lot of people, like I said, the competition aspect of it. Your motor will get running to watch one of these bulls buck a lot more than you'd ever realize, and it's very similar to owning a racehorse.
That's where I was going to go with it.
Yes.
Go to Churchill Downs and bet on the Kentucky Derby, and you're right there, and your wife's got her fancy little hat on, and of course, you can wear the fancy hat at the bull ride. Everybody might look at you funny, but it'd be awesome. I think it would be if I wasn't in the industry. To be able to show up at an event, sit in the VIP section. My name's up on the big screen up there, and up on the TV and everything else, and my team wins, and I get a pretty good chunk of change out of the deal.
And then you have the excitement of going down to the winner's circle and taking that award photo and everything else.
And it's a great advertising opportunity too. So if you have a business or you come in with a business, rather than just paying for the sponsorship and you get a banner and you get some advertising, you actually have a chance. You're going to get all that. Plus you have a chance to win some money back. And your name, you can put the company name on as the bull team name, the bull team owners.
Yeah.
So you get all the recognition from that aspect too.
Yeah.
Just the adrenaline rush when your bull comes out, when that gate opens, and you've got the rider and they make the 8, and then they announce the 90-point score, and everybody's hooping and hollering. And then at the end of the event, you're back there, the pitcher, slapping everybody on the back, saying, great job. And then you collect the paycheck. It's an all-in deal.
It is.
It's a great deal.
I don't know any other advertising avenue that I've ever seen where, you can be on TV, you can be on YouTube, you can be on Equus, you can be on all these avenues plus live at an event with, 2,000 or 3,000 people screaming and have your company name up there. You paid $5,000 to advertise, and then you turn around and you get 15 back or whatever you win, you get money back, and it's free advertising then.
Yeah.
But you had a great time.
Yep.
So that's the key player in the deal is the good time. Being a part of an association of business, if you're not having a good time, you're probably not going to hang around very long.
Yep.
But that's where this BTO is different. So
it really is. I've had the opportunity now. I've announced 4 or 5, a few of them, and they've done such a good job. Like we were in Fort Worth and Longview, Texas, and then even right there and down near Chad's place, by the Wyloh Ranch in Grandview.
Mm-hmm.
But every single one of them was set up for entertainment and a great time. And so you weren't just getting the bull riding, which was obviously a fantastic time. And we'll get into some of those variables as of why. But the entertainment afterwards, the music and everything else that came along with it. And even the setting, like in Grandview, I mean, that was more of a party than like the setting.
That ranch is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
sure.
It's a really, really nice facility, and it's not convenient for everybody to drive to Wyloh Ranch, but if you'll make the effort to come out there when we have our events you'll love it. I mean, it's a beautiful ranch, and it's
a fun, relaxed atmosphere. That one's a little more homey, relaxed. It doesn't feel so uptight like a big venue.
Yeah,
it's almost like being at a backyard jackpot. I mean, it's got that atmosphere.
With VIP seating.
And a big screen.
So we have VIP seating at every event, regardless of where we are. So that's one of the perks. If you want the better experience, I guess I'd say, you buy the VIP tickets and you're very well taken care of on food, drink, location of where you're sitting. I mean, they cater to the VIP.
Yeah.
But I mean, so this deal, we've been in existence for 3 years, but that's what we've been doing throughout these whole 3 years is we've been tweaking this. So Chad brought in a team of professionals. All of us that are involved do this for a living or do it almost every weekend of the year. So we're at a different league than your normal full team competition. We are professionals that are used to being on the road and used to handling these events.
Oh, yeah.
And we've spent the last 3 years tweaking these performances where they are top level production. So that's why when you come to one, you get the same experience as you're going to get at any other top level production. That's us. We are there. So now that we've got it perfected and down to the minute on production, we are ready to start adding in partners and sponsors and people that want to get involved with us. So at this point, we're comfortable with what we have. We've proven what we've had. You can go onto our social media and watch some of the clips from some of the bull ridings. You can go to the YouTube channel and watch some of them that are recorded and see how professionally produced the events are. And now we have a product to sell.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's time for us to expand and to open the doors to the rest of the public and bring in people that want to partner with us, want to have a shot at playing with us.
And you've done exactly that, in so many different ways. I mean, it's just organically came up in conversation here on my podcast earlier this week, because when you talk about the entertainment aspect of it and the product that you're creating in itself, I mean, I think it was Fort Worth, but a couple of these other events, I think we had 34 qualified rides or whatever the number was, but the number is usually in that high 20s, low 30s. And, when the everyday bull riding fan or, casual fan has almost become accustomed to going to their local bull riding and maybe seeing 1 or 2 rides, if not maybe 0,
You get bored sitting there watching everybody get bucked off.
Yeah.
We didn't,
not at bull teams only.
We didn't invent the bull teams, and we didn't invent the bring your own rider aspect of it. And I don't know if, everybody understands that. So what the contractor does is he picks his 2 riders he wants to come. Now it might be Sage Kimsey or Cooper Davis or John Crimber or whoever they can get, and they try to match them up as well as they can with the bulls so they do get a qualified ride and a high scoring qualified ride. And with the 8-point bonus and getting both bulls rode, that's where we've kind of tweaked it, and with Chad's leadership, I guess you might say, we've tweaked it with the 8-point bonus, and it's a very stiff competition because we do get so many Bulls Road. There's so many teams that are getting 2 Bulls Road and getting the 8-point bonus, but yet their scores have got to be up there to be able to win the event.
Yeah.
And
like from the rider side, there's been events where if you weren't an 88 plus, you're not getting paid, and I'm paying like 6 or 7 deep at some of them. So I mean, the marks are up there, which makes like a great show because of the fact that so many of these guys are riding, and they are riding good bulls.
Really?
So it's fast and furious. Like, we have no time for any kind of entertaining acts or any of that part of the deal, because we are entertaining you with a bull riding. I mean, it is bull after bull after bull after bull, and it's ride after ride after ride after ride. They are fast and furious. Like, I can barely get all the scores input in before the next one's coming out the gate. So
sometimes I go a little too fast, but you know,
that's a good problem to have, though.
But I mean,
appreciate it as an announcer, I promise.
Well, I mean, the judges like it. I think the fans, if you haven't seen our event or haven't been to our event, you're going to love it because it's bull ride after bull ride. I think the last event we did in Granbury, they rode 9 out of the first 10 in the first section, and then turned around and I think rode 10 for 10 in the second section. Well, by the end of the night, they'd rode over 50% of the bulls we bucked with an average score of 86 points. I mean, there's just nowhere else you're going to see that because of what our stock contractors do. I mean, we are based around the stock contractor, not the bull rider. I mean, yes, we have to have the bull riders to do, and we take care of the bull riders to do what we do, but it is based around the stock contractors. So if those stock contractors can find, you know, Kai Hamilton showed up, you know, a lot of times these bull riders have their own practice bulls, and they bring their practice bulls and enter.
Absolutely.
Dalton Castle shows up. I mean, we have so many. I mean, the best of the best is at our events.
The riders are actually excelling at the stock contractor aspect of this game because they know what they're getting on in the practice pen, and they know what they can cover, and they know what's good, and they know which of their friends can cover which of the bulls in the practice pen. They're bringing their normal practice crew, and they're excelling.
Their payment in their investment in their livestock is paying off in another form that they didn't have maybe the opportunity in the past. Now they've learned that opportunity just because of BTO.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. And there's maybe no better testament of what y'all are doing than, you know, some of these young bull riders that could be a little squirrely here and there, and they know they got opportunities to go one place or the other. And the fact that they're now going, you know, to the BTOs, you know, specifically for those reasons, even if they don't have a team, even if there aren't their bulls that they're getting on. I mean, every single one, it is from top to bottom, superstar bull riding athletes, you know, and we mentioned a lot of, you know, there's been the John Crimbers, the Kai Hamiltons, the Cooper Davis, the Dalen Swearingens, the Dalton Castles. And then so I was going, you know, we were chatting. I had Cody Lostro on the other day, you know, and I kind of set this up because I knew where it was going, but you know, we started, you know, being the head coach of the New York Mavericks. I asked him about the draft coming up and you know, who do you have your eye on or whatnot, you know, and I just knew he was going to go there, just knowing, but he went in, you know, he's like, well, we got our eye on a few guys, and Noah Lee, you know, being one of them. And you know, Noah Lee is a rising superstar,
along with Avantis Williams.
Yes,
those two young kids, boy, they are unstoppable. I mean, and they're like, everybody wants them on their teams. So they are a hot topic when all these contractors are looking for riders. They want those two kids. So we're starting at that level where we're not trying to kill them off. We're putting them on bulls that they can ride safely and excel, and they're getting their name out there. So by the time they turn 18, the big guns are ready for them. I mean, we're setting up their career for them. It's awesome. And
part of that's due to, you know, on a $50,000 event, we guarantee the bull riding to pay $8,000. Well, there ain't to first place. So there's not very many places you can go ride bulls, especially as a 16-year-old kid or a 17-year-old kid. You know, to go win $8,000. Well, not only do they win the $8,000 for winning the bull riding, but if the team they're on wins first or second or third, they get you know, it's kind of customary for them to get 10% of that. So they're walking out of there with $13,000 cash in their front pocket. I mean, I wish I could make that much for,
Yeah.
you know.
You can come
Yeah.
out of retirement.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
We all want to see
I
that.
know it. I know a team's got a couple of good ones.
No.
Yeah, right?
Uh, I might be good once, but that'll be it.
But the stock contractor and the rider, I mean, they go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
And both of them are doing well. They're doing good, and that's the goal.
Yeah.
Is for the stock contractor. He's got a place to go with his animals, and with the riders, and then that allows us to do the part of the spectating and all that good stuff that goes along with that, with a friendly family environment at an event, to see a dead gum good bull riding. And when you go home at night and you're in the car and you turn around and you ask your kiddo, hey, what'd you think? And he goes, man, you remember when that guy, he rode that bull and he was just spurring him?
Yeah.
That's the excitement there is.
Oh yeah, and to be able to say, we saw Noah Lee win,
Yes.
type of thing, and
Yes.
and that's exactly right, and that's exactly what you're going to get there, and a lot of it too. I go back, you guys have done a great job with promoting obviously the brand and the organization, but then just bull riding as a whole, right? Some of your social media videos and different things that have come out of that. Here we are in the National Finals Rodeo, and Wasey Shala, the champion from Fort Worth, here he is, closing in number 2 in the all around, right there in the bull riding race, and really doing great in the bareback riding. But that was the quality of caliber of bull rider that we had there in Fort Worth. And
Yes, and Wasey's figured out the contracting side too, because he's brought some teams and he's placed. So he's winning money on the rider side and the contractor side. So there's another example of a rider excelling at this game on BTO.
Yeah, and then having the opportunity to showcase the bulls, right, through you guys, through all the live streams and all that, and the ability to watch it on that platform. But then, like I said, I go back to the winning rides and some of the social media stuff that you've done. And I'm sure like a Lostro would have known Noah beforehand. However, when you see, this is your BTO champion and it's Noah Lee just beating another one down, you've got to be all right, what was that again? Who was that? And you see his name and you see, Avantis, I mean, over and over again. Yeah. They're helping promote.
We do other events too that, I either judge and or shoot boss and stuff like that. And, the one thing that we've talked about with some friends of ours, Michael Gaffney, who coaches the Gamblers, and Paulo Cranber, who coaches the Florida Freedom, that they're watching our events and they're seeing these young kids coming up, they're scouting, and of course, we'll see them at an event or something, and you'll say, and I'll say, hey, did you watch that last event? Did you see, what Noah Lee did, or did you see what Avantis did, or hey, this other kid, and so it.
Yeah, and don't think for a second, Cody Lambert's not watching.
Well, she's always in Cody's ear, she loves the Rattlers,
We got a guy for you.
And so, we're constantly, kind of updating them even, of course, we don't want them, we love having them at our events, but these kids are going to move on to greater things too.
Oh yeah, we want them to go top level PBR and be running for that million.
But they're still going to come.
Make us proud.
But they're still going to come to our events too, because it's a lot of money we give away.
Yeah, for sure.
It goes back to the iron sharpens iron.
So. Yeah, well, and to bring that to life too, it's not just on the rider side, but it's also on the bull side. So there was a dead spot in our industry, in the bull industry. I talk from the bull side a lot because I'm ABBI and raised bucking bulls and a breeder and been in the business for 25 years. And I'm very, very conscious of the bull side of things. At one point, there was not a market for a 21 and a half, even sometimes a 22. Those were hard to get sold. So you're looking at sale barn with bottom dollar prices on some of those bulls because there was really nowhere for them to go. This right here has opened up a whole new market. Like team bulls, rider friendly bulls, their prices have skyrocketed because of what is out there in the field for them to be able to win back. So now a 21 and a half, 21 and 3/4, that bull has a shot of bringing in money that makes him worth a lot more than a sale barn price. So, it gives a different avenue for for that caliber of bull.
And there's a lot more of those in the market than the other ones.
Yeah, there's not a
Absolutely.
whole lot of 22.5, 23s or better running around. So, you know, the market's pretty flooded with them 21.5 bulls. Well, now they got a place to go with them. And,
Yeah.
and so it's neat to see. I mean, we've sold some bulls. Our daughter's futurity calf that she did real good with ended up going to Danny Mason, and I don't know how much money he
Yeah,
won
he
with
was a
that
good bull
calf.
team bull.
Yeah.
I mean, he won hundreds of thousands of dollars with that bull because he was right there in that 21.5 to 22 mark.
And rider friendly.
And when we say rider friendly, it's not so much that he's easy to ride. You know, you want to bring a bull that's showy, got some kick, got some spin, you know, but they just don't have any tricks to them. You know, they're not going to try to jerk you down. They're not going to try to well you. You know, they're just up and down and round, and it gives them guys a shot to show themselves off, and it shows the bull off.
Yeah, definitely. That's just another example too that you're doing something right when you when you almost created a new market.
Yeah,
you know,
I
like
love
said,
it.
And like I said, just being a bull person myself, bull riding person, rodeo person, you know, if you're providing another opportunity for the animal athletes to showcase themselves and become valuable,
Absolutely.
you know, that is worth its weight in gold in a lot of ways too, you know.
Well, it's
For sure.
their place in the industry for all of that.
Yeah.
And BTO is capturing that and moving it forward with those animal athletes.
Yep.
And moving it one step ahead. You know, everybody wants to see two things at a bull riding. They want to see a great ride. They want to see a wreck where nobody really gets hurt.
It's kind of like a car race.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I pray for the not getting hurt.
So, I mean, I hate to use that wreck deal, but I mean, in reality, that's what it is.
Yeah, especially with a non.
And
It's the thrill of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
that's
what
what
makes
puts
it
the
different.
thrill.
and Gina, that thrill word, you know, the old ABC Wide World of Sports, you know, they use that thrill world when the skier came down the slope.
I remember
This
that.
is the same thing. It's the thrill.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's going to get up when there's a 90-point ride at the BTO, and they're going to hoop and holler, and that's what they're going to remember.
Oh, yeah.
So
For sure. And so now, like I said, coming off of 3 great seasons and the momentum, you know, fully behind your back after a great BTO finals here in 2025, tell us, you know, what's in store for 2026. You know, I know obviously you guys are always pressing the envelope and continuing to grow and think outside the box. And here we are right around the corner. You got your next event coming. And so fill us in, what's in store.
We've got some
2026?
pretty cool things in the works that we're not going to give away too much information yet, but we are looking at Australia.
No, very cool.
So yes, and we've got the contacts in there, and we've already talked to some people. So this is what's going to be cool. They're going to put together enough teams for us to be able to lease teams and just fly out there.
Oh, man.
So if you want a trip to Australia,
there you
go
go.
to bullteamsonly.com and let us know, hey, you're interested in leasing a team for the Australia event.
Uh-huh.
We're going to get enough people from here and from Australia to fill a full perf, and they're going to provide the teams. We'll be out there approximately the same time the week after PBR. So we'll have all kinds of riders from US and Australia at the same time. And we're going to throw in some extra things. We're going to have some clinics, some riding clinics, some judging clinics, and maybe a fraternity. So a lot of things in the works on that. And hopefully we'll have some more details coming soon. But for sure, the first date we have solid is Homa on January 10th. And from there, we're still solidifying the rest of the dates for 2026. But we also have some talks in the works about starting a second tour for the second half of the season without the 8-point bonus.
Gotcha.
So we've got some guys that have a little bit on the ranker side. They're still rider friendly because ride time's still added in, but they're not as comfortable using the 8-point bonus. This is going to give those teams a chance to play. So we are trying to expand this to where we get anybody that wants to bring a team, a bull team, to competition. We're going to try to please all areas of this and bring everybody in next year. So hopefully, I mean, like I said, it's all still in the works, but hopefully we'll have some solid dates and some tour names and stuff like that coming up.
and it goes back to being innovative in the industry.
Yeah.
And you know, these guys are always looking for the next thing. You know, how can we make this good for the stock contractors?
Yeah.
And when they do that, they're going to make it good for the guests to come and have a good time. So I mean, those two go hand in hand.
Yeah, it really does. And like from an entertainment perspective, you know, when you're, like I said, we talked about it briefly, but when you're seeing one bull ride after another, and not just a bull ride, but a great bull ride, it makes a world of difference.
They blow the roof off some of the buildings.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, they're going to tear this whole building down.
I mean, there's a lot of times I wished I could not be on the ground shoot bossing and I could be sitting up in the stands
Yeah, because
watching.
we want to jump up and down too.
Because I mean, you know, it's hard when, you know, when I'm in the arena working, I don't always get to see the ride, or I don't get to see all the ride because I'm trying to keep things moving. So, but I mean, you know, it's what I do get to see. It's pretty awesome.
Fast
you know,
and furious.
Yeah, and I mean, this is kind of a unique perspective too, for myself personally as an announcer, right? You go to all these bull ridings, and you got to find that ebb and flow, right? When to kind of climb and be, you know, kind of elevate things, right? And so at a BTO, that first one, I mean, there's a great bull ride, so I went up, you know, but then
there's another great bull ride.
You're yelling the whole time?
Yeah, and so it got
Cody, quit yelling.
Yeah, so then I was up that whole time, you know, and then the next one I kind of settled in a little bit and found my flow, but it was such a breath of fresh air.
Excitement.
You know,
Well, you just don't get to go anywhere else in the industry and see that many quality rides, and that's what makes it cool, because you know the stock contractors are doing their due diligence, and they're finding the right riders to match up with their bulls, and you know, I mean, I love bull riding. Obviously, you know, I got on one or two when I was younger, and but as a, you know, I'm still a bull rider at heart, but as a, you know, I've kind of, as an old man, I've turned into a bull riding fan. And this really makes me want to be a fan of bull riding again. I mean, don't get me wrong. What them guys are doing at the NFR this week, this is probably one of the best NFRs I've seen since the 90s. You know, but that's a whole nother topic we can get into. But I mean, at our events, you're going to get to see a lot of great rides, and it's pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, and if they haven't been to one of our events, they haven't seen one of our events, they really need to go check out our social media, Bull Teams Only, on Facebook and Instagram. Jamie Johnson has put together outstanding videos and reels on all of that social media, on all the platforms that really show what we are. And it's cool to go watch some of the work that she's done, and her crew, because she's, you know, been responsible for hiring all the video production and the editing guys and all of that. But they've done a phenomenal job on social media. So anybody that hasn't seen our stuff, they can go to our YouTube channel. That's Todd Greenway has taken that part over and done phenomenal with Omega Pro and him getting all of his work up. And then they can go see the edited versions that Jamie Johnson has done on all the social media, and they'll see what we're all about. They'll get a good taste of it.
I mean, it's first class from top to bottom. I mean, we got you and Skip announcing, and you know, we got
Ruben
the best
on the sound,
Ruben Cruz, and you know, we got the best secretary in the business, you know, and then we got some idiot in the arena that kind of runs that part of it, and then of course, you know, with Keith hanging around us, you know, we're learning every day, and we're gonna make it make it roll.
I'm really proud of all of our contractors and our riders. I mean, they all, when they come in, they're all first class. They're all very respectable and respectful and nice. They handle their business, and they are putting together phenomenal teams of bulls and riders that they're the ones that are making this happen. I mean, without them doing their jobs to the level that they're doing it at, we wouldn't have a product to show. I mean, it's our contractors and our riders. So they make me proud. They make me proud for the industry, for sure.
And part of that is, and a lot of those guys, it just may be a hobby on the side, like playing golf or whatever the case may be. But they're seeing the rewards of maybe this can be a full-time gig, and I can retire early. And
$50,000 checks.
And me and Mama can just, you know, just kind of hang out at the bull ridings and, you know, take care of business at home. And, you know, that's a reality with bull teams on. So, I mean, you keep, that's maybe a goal for those guys, you know. They're always searching for that next bull, you know, to add to their herd.
What's our total payout at an event?
Just running off the top of my head, it's around 120,000.
Yeah.
So and that's full teams and riders.
Yeah, but that's a chunk of money.
Oh, you
Yeah.
bet.
Money, but
You
I
bet.
can, but I would be remiss to not mention it though. We've talked about it briefly, but like I said, you go to a lot of different events over the course of a year, being an announcer or whatnot, and they're in the arena. You do keep it moving, so you're not going to get bored sitting there at a bull.
No, we don't really need a clown event. We don't need any jokes.
We don't have time to put anybody in.
Everybody says, man, you must scream and yell at them guys. But I think, they know the way I want it done. And
again, this is where it makes me proud of them because the riders have stepped up to his expectations.
and I let them know in plenty of time, hey, you're 5 out. Hey, you're 4 out, 3 out. Hey, 2 out, get on your bull, and so, it's just boom, 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 nonstop action. And for people out there watching this show, and if you're a bull riding fan or you're a bucking bull fan, you need to come watch one or at least keep track of us on the internet. But it's a whole lot better in person when, than it is online.
The professionalism comes in with the organization that's probably the most admired quality that I see that they have. From top to bottom.
Yeah.
So,
and then, like I said, I can speak to it too, because like I said, Gina, we've had the opportunity to be at a lot of different events, and for the non-rodeo person, or maybe just a casual rodeo fan, the secretary is a pivotal part, and everything evolves around it. You have to interact with every single facet of the rodeo. And whether it's dealing with, a diva announcer or
Skip Ransom, yes.
Hi, Skip.
He has that little, I have it too. We both have it, that little man syndrome,
Yeah. But whether you're dealing with the contract personnel to, trying to get those bull riders to get their fees and their waivers signed in time, and so that wheel continuing to move. You guys do such a great job with it every single event. And myself as an announcer and a fan are so appreciative of it. But
that's one of those deals where it goes back to what you do every weekend. For me, I've secretaried for 25 years. I'm seasoned. This is not new for me. And I work every weekend. I rarely get a weekend off throughout the year. I think we added it up last year, and I can't remember how many weekends it was, but it was a lot. It was almost every weekend.
Yeah.
So that makes you different when you're hiring a crew and a staff that does this every weekend. They are your professionals. When you hire somebody that only has 2 events a year, you have a lot of time to forget things and a lot of time to get out of practice and get out of timing. So to all the other producers out there, hire your professional crew. They cost more money.
They definitely cost,
but they are worth it. I promise.
Yep. Everybody stays in their lane and things just click. That's for sure.
Yeah. And we all work together because it's such a small world. We all I can look at you and know what you need. We all have that experience with each other in those relationships. So that's what you need on a professional crew to make these events work.
Yeah, you really do. You really do. And like I said, you got it on the bull side of things, running barrels and all the different things you got going on right now back at home. But, we cannot wait to get the season underway, so again, if, going back to it, the opportunity that's out there for these people to get involved and to lease a team and to be, possibly standing in a winner's circle with a check for $50,000. What's the best way again for them to do that? I know we mentioned it earlier.
BullTeamsOnly.com.
Perfect.
You either go to the website, go to social media, Bull Teams Only, Facebook, Instagram. I don't think she's got us up on TikTok yet, but we'll work on that too. But
follow, and share.
Yes, and if they have questions, send a message. You can go on my Facebook page, Gina Graham, and find my Facebook stuff and send me a message if they've got questions. At this point, we're ready to bring in more with us and get this circle even bigger. And there's plenty of opportunity from all levels. So, if you don't have a whole lot of money to play with, but you want to be a part, $500, reach out. We can make syndicate teams. We can make a team syndicate of 20 different partners. So if the entry fee is $3,500, you split $3,500 divided by 20. That's what each person on the syndicate is going to pay.
Yeah.
That's an option. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
This thing's wide open. We have no rules. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. And then, I mean, gosh, how much fun would that be then, right? Go to the party with your 20 people on a team and
absolutely. And we are all about the fun. It's just like every night at Westgate, I've had several people come in to the Westgate watch party with us and say, "Oh my gosh, this was so much fun." Yeah. They love our group. So that's what we're saying. Get involved.
Yeah.
Come hang out with us. You'll love it.
Yeah, you will love it. I love it. Yeah. I know that. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to even be able to announce a handful of them and to work with you guys on a consistent basis. And I'm really appreciative for you to come in here, because it's such a unique story with inside Western sports and an organization that's doing things a little bit differently, but going about it the right way. And the future is awfully bright, for the Bull teams only. And 2026 is going to be as awfully good, not just from like the money perspective and the Bull perspective. And like you said, I think these Bull riders are realizing that this is an opportunity for them for a couple of different ways. So, and what that might do for their career and their overall season as a competitor. But
absolutely.
Thank you all so much for being here. Brent Gluck, Gina Graham, Keith Smith, the Bull teams only.
Well, thanks for having us.
We're missing Chad Johnson and Jamie Johnson and Roy Dole, Lance Floyd. So that's our whole team. So if you know any of those names and you have questions, reach out. Yep. Any of us will help.
Definitely. Well, it's a great team, a great group, and look forward to, like I said, another great 2026. Thank you guys for being here.
Yep. Thanks for having us.
Yep. Well, folks, right now, that is another episode here of the Woodshed with Cody Wood on the Equus Television, Equus Radio Network. We are now just a few hours away now from round number 9 here in Las Vegas. Again, if you are looking to get into this world and quite possibly just looking for the best path, the most fun path, it could definitely be here with the Bull teams only. Make sure to go to BTO.com, and they have got an opportunity for you to lease one of these great teams and have a good time doing it. So for right now, again, this episode brought to you by Wyloh Ranch. Thank you to Chad Johnson and everybody with Wyloh Ranch as well. And we will look forward to seeing you. We got another episode here later today, right around the corner with another great group. For right now, this is the Bull teams only, one of the great organizations in all of Western sports. We will see you on the next episode.
If you enjoyed the podcast, let us know. Contact Cody Wood at cody@equustelevision.net. Thanks for listening, and join us every week right here on the Equus Radio Network.